The 10-minute miracle, 5 essential daily stretches to relieve senior stiffness and prevent falls. Well, hello there, my friend. Come on in and sit with me for a spell. You know, I was thinking about you this morning while I was making my tea. I just gotten out of bed and felt that familiar little creak in my knees, like an old rocking chair that needs oiling. And I wondered, do you ever wake up feeling that way too? Like your body's just a bit stiffer than it used to be? Like getting out of bed takes a little more planning than it did 20 years ago? I'll bet you nodded just now. Most of us over 60 know that feeling all too well. It's not pain. Exactly. More like your muscles and joints are whispering, "Hey, remember us? We've been holding you up for 6 decades. And that stiffness isn't just annoying. It can sneak up on us, making us unsteady on our feet. One wrong step on a loose rug or a slippery floor. Well, we both know how dangerous that can be. But what if I told you there's a way to turn that around? Not with fancy equipment or expensive pills, but with just 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes. That's less time than it takes to watch the morning news or brew a pot of coffee. That's what I call the 10-minute miracle. 5 simple stretches, done right here in your living room. That'll help you move easier, feel looser, and stand steadier. And the best part? They're so gentle, you could do them in your pajamas. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Stretching? Really? Will that actually make a difference? Oh, my friend, it absolutely will. Think of your muscles like rubber bands. Leave a rubber band in a drawer for years, and it gets brittle, snaps easy. But if you give it a little gentle movement every day, it stays supple. That's what we're doing here. We're keeping your body's rubber bands flexible so you can bend, reach, and walk without fear. So let's get started with the very first stretch. I call this one the sunrise neck glide. Why? Because it's perfect to do first thing in the morning, right when you're still shaking off sleep. You don't even need to stand up for this one. Just sit tall in your favorite chair, maybe the one by the window where you watch the birds. Here's how it works. Imagine there's a warm string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Not straining, just sitting up nice and tall. Now, let your right ear drift slowly toward your right shoulder. Go only as far as feels comfortable, maybe just an inch or two. You should feel a soft, delicious stretch along the left side of your neck. Hold it there for a slow count of 5. 1, 2, 3. That's it, breathe easy. 4, 5. Now, float your head back to center. Next, let your left ear glide toward your left shoulder. Same thing, gentle, easy, no forcing. Hold for 5 breaths. Feel that? It's like ironing out the wrinkles in a favorite shirt. When you come back to center, give a tiny nod forward, chin toward chest, just enough to feel the back of your neck wake up. Then tilt your chin up slightly toward the ceiling. Not too far. We're not looking for the stars, just stretching the front of the neck. Now, why start with the neck? Because when your neck is stiff, it throws everything off. It's like trying to steer a shopping cart with a wobbly wheel. A stiff neck makes you tilt your head forward without realizing it. And when your head's forward, your balance shifts. Suddenly, you're leaning too far ahead, and one misstep could send you tumbling. This little stretch helps keep your gaze and your center of gravity right where it should be. My neighbor Martha does this stretch every morning while her oatmeal cooks. She told me last week, "I used to feel like a rusty gate when I got out of the car. Now I just turn my head and look over my shoulder like it's nothing." And that's the magic. It's not about big, dramatic changes. It's about reclaiming those little movements that make everyday life smoother. So let's keep that gentle rhythm going and move to our second stretch, one that'll open up your shoulders and chest. You'll feel the difference when you reach for that top shelf or hug your grandkids. So let's keep that gentle rhythm going, shall we? Now that your neck's feeling a little more like it belongs to you and not to a garden gnome, let's move down to where so many of us carry our worries, right in these shoulders of ours. Ever notice how tension settles there like a thick winter coat? Especially after a restless night or a long afternoon in the recliner. Well, our second stretch is like handing that coat back to the universe. I call it the heart opener hug. Here's why it matters. When shoulders slump forward, and oh, how easily they do as we get older, it doesn't just make us look weary. It squeezes our lungs. makes breathing shallow. And tight shoulders? They pull your whole posture off balance, like a sailboat tipping in the wind. That's when catching your toe on a rug feels less like a stumble and more like a tumble waiting to happen. So let's fix that. Still sitting tall. Good. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs. Now, imagine you're holding a big, beautiful beach ball, one of those striped ones that remind you of summers past. Slowly sweep your arms out to the sides and up toward the ceiling. No rush. Let your palms meet overhead if they can, or get as close as feels comfortable. No straining. If your shoulders whisper nope, just stop where it feels warm and easy. Now here's the magic part. Instead of dropping your arms straight down, draw a giant circle with your hands. Sweep them wide open like you're gathering sunshine, then bring them down in front of you until your palms meet again, but this time, down by your belly, almost like you're hugging that beach ball. Feel how your shoulder blades slide gently down your back, how your chest softens. That's your rib cage thanking you for the extra breathing room. Hold this soft hug for 3 deep breaths. In, out. Do this 3 times. Slow as honey. My friend Walter does it while his coffee perks. He says, I used to grunt reaching for the cereal box. Now I grab it like I'm plucking an apple off a tree. That's freedom right there. Now, let's talk about your spine, your body's faithful flagpole. Ever twist to glance behind you and feel like you're cranking a rusty gear? That stiffness isn't just annoying, it's sneaky. Because when your spine doesn't turn easily, you compensate. You might shuffle your whole body instead of pivoting. And shuffling feet? That's a fast track to losing balance on uneven pavement or a stray grandkid toy. Time for our third stretch, the gentle seat twist. This isn't one of those pretzel moves you see the grandkids doing. It's kinder, wiser, like a slow dance with your own body. Scoot forward in your chair so your back isn't resting against anything. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Place your right hand on your left knee. Now, inhale deeply, sitting up even taller, as if a string's lifting you from your crown. As you exhale, gently twist your torso to the left. Let your gaze follow over your left shoulder. Don't force it. This isn't about how far you turn. It's about waking up the muscles along your spine. Feel that gentle pull around your waist, like you're wringing out a soft sponge? Perfect. Hold for 15 seconds. Breathe into that space. Then, slowly unwind back to center. Pause. Now repeat to the right. Left hand on right knee. Twist right, breathe. Why this works? Twists lubricate the vertebrae, your spine's tiny hinges. They also fire up your obliques, those side muscles that act like natural guardrails when you sway. Do this stretch daily, and soon you'll pivot to check a traffic light or wave to a neighbor without thinking twice. My cousin Edna swears by this one. She told me, last Tuesday, I dropped my grocery list behind me in the car. Before these stretches, I'd have groaned and called for help. That day, I just turned and picked it up, like it was nothing. Now let's pause right here. How do those shoulders feel? That spine? A little more oil in the hinges, maybe? Good, because in just a few minutes, we'll ease into 2 more stretches that'll make your legs feel lighter and your steps steadier than they felt in years. Trust me, this is where the real magic happens. Now we're getting to the heart of it. Your foundation. You know, I once heard a wise carpenter say, a house is only as strong as the floor it stands on. Well, friend, your hips and legs are your floor. When they're stiff, everything feels shaky. Walking to the mailbox, standing at the sink, even rising from your favorite chair. But here's the good news. 2 simple stretches can make that foundation feel solid again. Let's start with the knee-to-chest anchor. Ever notice that tug in the front of your hip when you step off a curb? Or that faint ache in your lower back after sitting too long? That's your hip flexors asking for attention. They're like elastic bands that shorten when we sit, and tight hips pull your spine out of alignment. No wonder balance feels wobbly. Here's how to soften them. Sit toward the edge of your chair. Hold the seat for support if needed. Plant both feet firmly. Now, slowly lift your right knee toward your chest. Gently hug your shin with both hands. Don't pull, just cradle it. Keep your spine tall, don't hunch. You'll feel a gentle release in your lower back and the front of your hip. Hold for 15 seconds, breathing deep into that space. Lower the legs slowly. Repeat with the left knee. But what if I can't lift my knee high? No problem. Just rest your ankle on the opposite thigh for a modified stretch, like sitting cross-legged, but 1 foot at a time. The key: no pain, only warmth. My neighbor Walter does this while watching the weather report. He laughed last week. Used to dread standing up after the news. Now I pop up like toast. Now, let's talk about your power source, those mighty hamstrings running down the back of your thighs. Tight hamstrings force you to shuffle when you walk. Less lift equals more trips. They also strain your lower back. Our fourth stretch, the seated sunflower reach, unlocks them safely. Stay seated tall. Extend your right leg forward. Heel on the floor. Toes pointing up. Rest your left foot flat. Now, imagine you're a sunflower tilting toward the sun. Hinge gently at your hips, not your waist. Leaning forward until you feel a soft stretch behind your right thigh. Hands can rest on your left thigh or slide down your right leg. Never force it. Hold for 20 seconds. Breathe into the tension. Sit up slowly. Repeat with the left leg. Why this matters: looser hamstrings equals longer strides. Longer strides equals more stability. You'll feel it when you climb stairs, step over garden hoses, or get in and out of the car. My friend Eleanor does the stretch daily. She told me, "I walked to the library last week. No bench breaks. Felt like I'd found a secret battery pack." Now, let's weave these all together. You've awakened your neck, opened your heart, oiled your spine, released your hips, and lengthened your stride. But there's one last guardian of balance we haven't honored yet: your ankles. Think of them as your body's shock absorbers. Stiff ankles won't adjust fast enough on uneven ground. That's why our fifth stretch is the invisible pedal press. Sit tall, feet flat. Lift your right foot just off the floor. Now, point your toes like you're pressing a gas pedal. Flex your foot like you're pulling back on reins. Circle your ankles slowly 5 times clockwise, then counterclockwise. Repeat with the left foot. This isn't just a stretch, it's balance training. It wakes up the tiny muscles that keep you upright when you step off a curb or turn quickly. Do it while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle. You've just given your body the gift of movement, all in under 10 minutes. Tomorrow, when you feel that familiar stiffness whisper, remember, you hold the key. And it fits perfectly into your morning routine. So here we are, friend. 10 minutes, 5 stretches, 1 simple promise. Your body can feel lighter, steadier, and more alive than you thought possible. But let's talk about how to make this stick. How to turn these movements into a daily ritual as natural as brewing your morning tea. You see, consistency isn't about willpower. It's about kindness. Kindness to the body that's carried you through decades of laughter, labor, and love. Think of these stretches as your daily hello to yourself. A quiet conversation between you and your muscles. No gym clothes needed. No special mat. Just you, your breath, and a sturdy chair. Here's the beautiful part. You already know how to do each stretch. Now, let's weave them into your day. The sunrise neck glide while your coffee brews. The heart opener hug during the morning news headlines. The gentle seat twist before you rise to make breakfast. The knee to chest anchor as you wait for the toast to pop. The invisible pedal press while you chat on the phone. 10 minutes total, scattered like sunshine across your morning. Or all at once, your choice. What matters is showing up, even for 3 breaths per stretch. Some days you'll feel loose as a willow branch. Other days, stiff as a winter gate. Both are okay. Listen to your body. It speaks in whispers, not shouts. If something pinches or strains, ease back. This isn't a test. It's a gift. But what if I can't do it like Martha or Walter? I'm glad you asked. Your body is uniquely yours. Honor it. Arthritis in your hands? Rest palms on your thighs during the heart opener hug. The shoulder movement alone works wonders. Hip replacement? Skip the deep twist. A gentle sway side to side still wakes up your spine. Balance concerns? Keep both feet planted during hamstring stretches. Reach only as far as feels safe. My friend Bert has Parkinson's. He does these stretches holding onto his kitchen counter. His version of the invisible pedal press is tracing tiny circles with his toes on the floor. Last month, he walked to his mailbox without his walker for the first time in a year. He cried. I felt like I'd reclaimed a piece of myself, he said. That's the miracle, not perfection, but possibility. Now, let's talk about falls. We've danced around it, but here's the truth. These stretches aren't just about feeling good. They're armor against the tumbles that steal confidence and independence. How? A supple neck keeps your eyes forward, spotting hazards. Open shoulders let you react faster if you stumble. A fluid spine helps you pivot away from a slip. Loose hips let you step wide over a puddle. Strong ankles catch you on uneven pavement. You're not just stretching muscles. You're rebuilding trust in your body. And trust, that's the bedrock of courage. One last story. Martha, yes, our neck stretch Martha, sent me a voicemail last week. Did the full routine every morning for a month. She said, yesterday, I dropped my keys under the car. Before, I'd have called my son. This time, I bent my knees, kept my back straight, and scooped them right up. Stood back up smooth as silk. Felt like a superhero. That's the 10-minute miracle. Not magic. Movement. Consistent, gentle, loving movement. So here's my invitation to you. Start tomorrow. Not with all 5 stretches, just one. The one that calls to you. Do it for 3 days. Then add another. Build your ritual like you tend a garden, patiently, with hope. And when you notice a change, a deeper breath, an easier step, tying your shoes without groaning, celebrate it. Whisper thank you to your body. That's your victory. Before you go. If this felt like a warm conversation between friends, tap the thumbs up. It helps others find this gentle path. Share it with a neighbor or a sibling who needs it. And if you'd like more simple ways to thrive after 60, hit subscribe and join our little community. We're all neighbors on this journey. Remember, you are never too old to become more you. Here's to steady steps, lighter days, and the quiet joy of moving freely through your own life. You've got this. I'm rooting for you. Until next time, breathe deep, stretch gentle, and keep shining.